Today's how-to is going to be actually pretty simple. It's just a minor bit of labor intensive, but this is a Pentair Cartridge filter. It's a very large size filter for my 26,000 gallon pool, and I'm going to replace the cartridges in there with a set of brand new filter cartridges for the start of the summer, which today is May 29th. The pool is open and it's ready. So I'm going to make sure I've got the maximum filter capacity for the rest of the season. So I'm going to keep you with me while I talk. So on the filter, I'm going to let some of the water out of it because this is full right now. So I'm dropping that down and it's pushing water back into the pool right now. You can hear it. Okay? Now, typically what I use is you're going to have to, this is a 7/8 inch bit. All right? So I'm just going to quickly spin this off here. Okay? Now this is going to come right off, and you can hear more air coming into that because I broke the seal on the tank. Yeah. So this is going to unscrew, and basically here, you don't want to lose this for obvious reasons. Should be off of here any second now. It's kind of a long thread. There we go. And you're going to want to keep this in this order. You've got a washer, a spring for tension, another washer, and then the bolt. So you're going to keep these all together. I'm going to put them right here on my heater when I'm ready to put this back together. Now in this case here, remember here, oh yeah, there we go. That clamp is just going to slide off of that nut like this, okay? And we're just going to kind of work it around until it's off. And it's off, I just kind of let it fall, I kind of let it just fall to the ground. Now we're going to see a whole bunch of ugliness when I take this cover off, but that's what usually happens. I'm just kind of tapping this to loosen it up. Normally this will fall right off for me. I'm able to pull this right off with no problem. There we go. That had a really good seal that time. And here we are. We have a bunch of dirty filters. I'm going to rest that there. So, as part of this process, I want to make sure that you have the best view you can. That should do it for you. I'm going to take these out one by one. There's a little manifold on the top there. You pull that off. You can see there's quite a bit of junk on it. And I'll wash that off before I put it back. So this spring, this manifold kind of just works itself off. Right, just like that. Another thing I can think that it's for, honestly, is to kind of hold the filters in place and, you know, direct the water up through there. So now we're going to take these out one at a time. They're going to be heavy and they're going to be dirty because they're wet. You can see the crud on here. That's why I'm changing them. I've tried washing them out before, but doing that just doesn't last long. All right. Just doesn't last long. So let's take this and go wash it off now. Get it kind of cleaned up. All we're going to do here is just rinse this off. Get the junk out of it. That's all it took. All of 2 seconds and that's done. All right. Let's pop those new filter cartridges in. All right. I've been using these cartridges from Chris Pool for quite a while now. I haven't had a problem with them ever. So let's get them put in the filter. And down in the bottom, there's a place where each one of these go, like a little holder. It's putting that seal in place. You really can't make a mistake putting these in. That is what it sits on, okay? I'll put the last one on. Now those are all level, and we take the top of this, okay, and this is an air tube that goes up through the screen, all right, and then all these other four pieces just go back in, and they lock these filters in place, just kind of so they don't move around, and that's all they do. And that is it for replacing the filter cartridges. That's as complicated as it gets. So I'm just wiping the gasket off to make sure that it's clean. And that's all I'm doing here. And it is. So at this point, we're going to put the top back on. All right. And that's as complicated as it gets. And now we'll work on putting the band back on. Okay, just give it a little, I just give it a couple of taps with my dead blow to seat it down into the gasket. You might do something different than I. Then our band clamp is going to come over here. I'm just going to situate it right here on the filter. Hey, this always happens. Sometimes I have to monkey around with this a little bit. There we go. Try it again. Hey, come on. At least you're seeing this in real time. That goes through there, like so. Yeah, like that. Now I kind of hold it in position with my fingers. And I get the washer on. Okay. And I get the spring on. Then I start the bolt. I'm just going to tighten this up a little bit with my drill while I have it here. And that way it's not going to go anywhere on me. Now it's important that you seat the band clamp. And I kind of give it some taps. With my dead blow. And you'll see it move. I'm going to leave it at that. Now, we're almost done. Now, I usually leave these old filters out here by the filter for like a week, so they drain and completely dry, and then I'll throw them out. So at this point here, I'm going to say it's time to start the filter back up. These are so heavy. So I want to make sure you get a good view. There we go. And power on. Water's starting to flow into the filter. And that means it's going to be building up pressure in the tank. I want to release that pressure until it's filled up with water. So let it go a little bit. You can see the pressure building. Okay? Pool heater kicked back on behind me because of the water flow. That's warm water now. Now at this point, this is the starting pressure on the filter as it's running. Okay? I usually start at that needle right there, and then I'll watch as the pressure rises or lowers. But right now in my pool, that's going to have the maximum flow of water through the system because of the new filters. You just adjust this a little bit. Okay. And that's it. That's my filter change for 2023. Now you'll see water dripping, but that's because I just poured water out and it's down in the gasket. I will check on this in about an hour, make sure I don't have any leaks, and if I have to tighten it up a little bit, I'll go around it with the dead blow and just put a manual wrench on it, okay? But that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.